Oh, welcome back to another game of Precision Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of Precision Baseball. This is a new baseball game that's still in development, but doing a run through some test games here on YouTube, and hopefully if someone sees something, they can leave some comments and maybe add to the game a little bit. We have all of our pitching, we have all of our defense, we have all of our base running at the moment. That's put into the game, and so we've just been testing out those elements using some 2022 teams. This is a second game of Boston at Atlanta. This is from May 11th in 2022. They also played a 2-game set later in the season, so maybe I'll run through that as well. But just trying some different teams with the Braves, or against the Braves. Atlanta took 2-3 from Arizona, and then they won the first game here 4-3 as they held on to a 1-run lead through the back half of the game. This game is going to feature Nathan Eovaldi for Boston, and Ian Anderson gets the start for the Braves, so it should be a little bit of an adventure. Anderson wound up just not having a great year, being sent down to AAA after a really magnificent 2021. So and then he got hurt this year, so a little bit of a disappointment for him at the beginning of his career. But we're going to see how he does here against the Red Sox lineup. Pretty powerful Red Sox lineup. It's going to be Kike Hernandez in center, Devers at third, JD Martinez is the DH, Bogarts is batting cleanup and playing short, Alex Verdugo in left, Trevor Story at second, Franchi Cordero is the first baseman, Kevin Plawecki gets the start at catcher in this game, and Jackie Bradley Jr. playing right. For Atlanta, it's going to be Swanson leading off, and then Olson, Darno, Riley, who's batting cleanup. Marcell Ozuna is going to be in left. Albies will be batting sixth and playing second base. Adam Duvall still in center field. Batting eighth at the DH spot is Orlando Arcia. And Travis Demeritte gets another start in right field. He had like a 2-week stretch where he was playing quite a bit, and this is that stretch. So let's get started with this one. I've got all my charts and everything off to the side. You can see them all up here. So I've got them over there and reading off of them. We got our 3 D10 dice. I go with red, white, and blue, but you can use any color. You just need to denote a hundreds, a tens, and a ones place, and we'll read them like that, as this game is a 1 to 1,000 game for the most part. We also have a D6 that we'll use for various things, including a decider die to see if we go off of the pitcher or off of the batter cards. So first up is Kike Hernandez. He's here, and the pitch to Hernandez is off of his card, so a 642 is going to be a strikeout, and just like that, Ian Anderson gets him to wave through a changeup, and that's a good start for Anderson. 641 is basically the same thing. This will be Devers. Devers' card is over here. You can see that very well, but a 641 is going to be right into his walk range. So you can see 641 for Kike Hernandez would have been a strikeout, but for Devers that's a walk. So you can see how each player is individualized in this game based on his own statistics. So Devers at first, JD Martinez to the plate. This goes off the pitcher card. So 1, 2, or 3 goes off the batter, 4, 5, or 6 off the pitcher. A 472 is going to be another strikeout, so throws a fastball by Martinez, can't catch up, and it's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts. This goes off Bogaerts' card. 876 could be a problem. It's going to be a base hit, so a 2-out hit for Xander Bogaerts, and that's going to push the runner to third base. Always give the runners 1 extra base with 2 outs. Seems more realistic. Brings up Alex Verdugo with runners on the corners. This goes off the pitcher card. It's a 29. A 29 is going to be a grounder off of Anderson's card. The ground ball goes to, that's a 1. You see the glare there, 185. 185 is to the second baseman. The second baseman is Albies. Albies is a -1 on his defense. And a 657 is a good play. So let's see what he does with the ball. So he's made the catch. No error on the play. And let's see what he does with it. So second base with runners at the corners and a 631. 631 is here. With 2 outs, it's going to be a 4-6 put out. So no need to try the double play there with 2 down. So we're going to go 4-6 as he goes the short way and gets it over to Dansby Swanson for the force out at second. So Boston in the first. No runs on 2 hits, or I'm sorry, 1 hit. 2 left on as we head to the top or the bottom of the first inning. I'll get it. It's early in the morning. So we got Nathan Eovaldi here. Eovaldi, right-handed pitcher, 23 is his stamina. And we'll start with Acuna over there. So Ronald actually is not playing in this game, so it's going to be Swanson here. So let's let Swanson be there. All right, it'll be Swanson, Olsen, and Travis d'Arnaud. Off the pitcher card, a 989 is going to be a hit as Eovaldi leaves it out over the plate. And this is going to be a 769 for Dansby Swanson. 769 will be a double as Swanson rips one over the right fielder's head. Bradley can't get to it as it's off the base of the wall. Takes a big hop and he gets it back in, but not before Swanson standing up at second base. Matty Olsen to the plate. Olsen is all the way over here. This will be a 640 off of his card. 640 is going to be a strikeout. So he can advance the runner. And that's going to be out number 1. Travis d'Arnaud stands in. d'Arnaud on the back side of my cards here. This is off the pitcher. A 638 from Eovaldi. 638 is going to be another strikeout. So back-to-back Ks for Eovaldi. And he is 1 player away from getting out of this. But that 1 player is Austin Riley. Riley, this is a 506. 506 to him is another strikeout. So after the leadoff double, Eovaldi goes 3 Ks in a row. Strands the runner at second base, and the Braves can't push a run home. As we head to the top of the second inning, it is still scoreless. And coming up for Boston is Story, Cordero, and Plawecki. So Story and Cordero are on page 2. So Trevor Story is all the way up here. This comes off the pitcher card though, so this is going to be off of Anderson's card. 532 will be a strikeout. So strikeouts galore in this game, as that's his 3rd K of the day. Eovaldi also with 3 strikeouts. Brings up Franchy Cordero. Franchy Cordero playing first base. He's a left-handed batter. And this is a 656 off of his card. 656 is another strikeout. So this game is going to fly by just because everybody's striking out. Brings up Kevin Plawecki, catcher, backup catcher, longtime catcher actually for Boston. This comes off the pitcher card. So that's going to be a 184. That'll be a ground ball from Anderson as he gets Plawecki to swing at a changeup. 694 will be a grounder to short. Shortstop is Dansby Swanson. Swanson is a +1 on his error. 246 for a +1 is going to be a good play as he gets it over to Olsen. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Ian Anderson. So Boston down in the second, still tied at 0. And that's going to bring up the middle of the order for the Braves. It's Marcell Ozuna, Ozzie Albies and Adam Duvall. So Ozuna is here, facing off against Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi with 3 Ks in the first inning. This is off of his card. That's a 7. A 7 is going to be a ground ball. 632 will be a grounder to short. The shortstop is Bogarts. Bogarts is a +5. So wow. So league average is 0. He's a +5. He's quite the shortstop. So 279 is going to be a pick, and over to first they get Marcell Ozuna, no issues, and that's going to be out number 1. So that's going to bring up Ozzie Albies. Albies is a switch hitter, hitting left-handed against Eovaldi. This will be off the pitcher though. 492 is going to be another strikeout. So Eovaldi's got the strikeouts working today. I don't have their stats listed on here, but he had a good year in 2022, if I remember right. So a 469. This will be to Adam Duvall. Duvall is up here. 469 is another strikeout. So back-to-back Ks ends the inning for the Braves. 1, 2, 3 goes Atlanta in the bottom of the second inning. We are still tied at 0, and we head to the top of the third. It will be Jackie Bradley Jr. leading off for Boston. Then back to the top of the order with Kike Hernandez and Devers. Jackie Bradley Jr., a lefty, going against the right-hander Anderson. This will be off his card, so 707 for Jackie Bradley is going to be a strikeout. Huge shock with the strikeout. All right, so back to the top of the order with Kike Hernandez. His mom calls him Enrique. This is to the pitcher card. It's a 230. 230 off of Anderson is going to be a fly ball. First fly ball of the game. And this fly ball goes out to 857. That'll be a fly to center field. The center fielder is Adam Duvall. Duvall is a 0 on his error, so 685 will be a 685 is going to be a good play. So that's a fly out to center field. Sorry, I lost my place on the chart. 2 down now. And it'll be Rafael Devers up to the plate. He walked his first time up. This is an 829, could be serious trouble. Devers is all the way over here. 829 is going to be a base hit. So 2-out single for Rafael Devers as he hits one right out to left field on a line, and ball back into second base quickly, and so holds Devers to a single. JD Martinez, the batter. Martinez struck out in his first at bat. This goes off the pitcher card. A 259 is going to be a fly ball as Martinez hits this one to right field. The right fielder is Travis Demerit. Demerit is an error rating of 0, so a 491 is going to be a good catch. And let's see what happens. Well, we don't need to do anything with the runner because there's 2 outs, right? So fly ball to 9, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So Boston goes down in the 3rd. They leave a runner at first, and the score is still tied at 0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. For the Braves, it's going to be Arcia, Demerit, and then back to the top of the order with Dansby Swanson. They're facing the right-hander Eovaldi. Eovaldi with 5 Ks in 2 innings. This is going to be a 255. No strikeout here, but it is going to be a fly ball. And that fly ball goes out to right field. as Arcia goes the other way. The right fielder is Jackie Bradley. He's a +1 on his error rating, so a 718 is a catch. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Brings up Travis Demeritte, the number 9 hitter. It's off the pitcher card anyway. It's a 636. And that's another strikeout for Eovaldi. Strikeout number 6 in the first 2 2/3. Doing it to it in this game. Mowing them down. This is off the batter card. This is an 11. That goes off of Dansby Swanson's card, which is a ground ball. The grounder goes to shortstop. Bogarts is the highest possible fielder. He makes it. Nice pick and throw to first. Gets him by a step. And that's going to be another 3-up, 3-down inning for Nathan Eovaldi, who is cruising in this one. Still tied at 0. We head to the top of the 4th. All right, top of the order for Boston. Oh, I'm sorry. They're already to the middle, aren't they? I'm an inning behind. So it's Bogarts, Verdugo, and Story. Verdugo, a nice player. I hate to play against him. I hate it when my team plays against him, but he's the kind of guy that you just want to have on your team. All right, it's Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts with a single his last at bat. A 957. This is going to be another hit for Bogaerts. Praying it's not a home run, but I think it's going to be 892 off of Xander's card. Oh, that's going to be a double. Double down the left field line. So that's going to be a 2-bagger for Xander Bogaerts. Not going to try for 3 on that as it's hit to left field, but he's standing up. He's got 2 hits now. Brings up Alex Verdugo. 608 off of the pitcher card is going to be a strikeout, timely strikeout for Ian Anderson as he gets Verdugo chasing on a low and away changeup. Trevor Story up now. He's been a strikeout victim once. A 132 is not going to be a strikeout. It's going to be a ground ball. 132 is a grounder. You can see on his card up here. 1 to 138 is a ground ball, so let's see where that goes. 469 is going to be to the shortstop. The shortstop is Swanson, who's a +1. 580 is going to be a good pick. And let's see what happens on the play. So we have our shortstop here. We got a runner at second base. And that is a 170. 170 is here, runner at second base. So that's going to be a 6-3 putout. And the runner advances. So ball hit up the middle. Swanson gets to it. It's hit behind the runner. And Bogaerts is going to advance to third base. So we'll go 6-3 on the putout. And I saw this play just last night in the game where the ball was hit up just to the left of the second base bag behind the batter or behind the runner, and runner advances and the throw to first base. So 2 outs, runner at third base, and Franchy Cordero stands in. He's a left-handed batter against the right-hander Ian Anderson. 240, that's going to be off the batter, so that's going to be a fly ball. And 413 is a fly ball to left as he punches it the other way. The left fielder in this game is Ozuna. Ozuna is, we're going to call him a 0 because he's a DH primarily, so we're going to go with the 0 for him. So that's going to be a 426. 426 is going to be a good catch, and that will be out number 3. So in the absence of any sort of, you can see here, Ozuna is primarily a DH, and I don't have a rating for the DHs. So you can just give him a 0 rating. That's like the common rating, right? So that is going to be 3 up 3. No. Okay. Well, we're out of the inning. Either way. I lost my place again. You know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, so just give me a little bit of a break here. 2 cups of coffee, but the brain is still waking up. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And the score is still tied at 0. Nathan Eovaldi, the strikeout machine, is coming up. He's got 6 Ks in the first 3 innings. He'll be facing off against Olson, d'Arnaud, and Riley. And Olson is over here. Comes off Eovaldi's card. That will be a 34. That's going to be a grounder from Olson. The ground ball goes to third base this time. The third baseman is Rafael Devers. He's a +1, and so that's going to be a nice pick over at third. Good easy throw to first, and that'll be out number 1 as they get Olson to lead off the inning. Travis d'Arnaud up. He's catching in this game. He and William Contreras both sharing catching duties in 2022. This is off the pitcher card. It's a 62. That's going to be another grounder from Eovaldi. 859 is another ground ball to third base. This goes to Devers. 985, we should check that. 985 is going to be an error as Devers can't hold that. He is a +1, but we have our +1 rating here. 985. That's going to be an error for Devers. And so getting on at first is Travis d'Arnaud on the E5. We'll see if that comes back to bite them. It will be Austin Riley to the plate. Riley with a 2-run homer in the first game between these two. This is a 368. 368 is going to be a line drive. And that liner goes to center field. Center fielder is Kike Hernandez. Hernandez is, I believe, a +1. Yes, Kike Hernandez is a +1. So a 200 is a good catch. It'll be a line drive to center. That's out number 2. Let's see if the runner has to advance or wants to advance. Let's see. We have our line drives chart here, and we see what happens with runner advancement in center field. The runner is at first base, so we're looking here. So everything looks like you can advance if you want to. You can roll off of that if you want to, but there's no green there. Really, the green is what you want to know. Otherwise, you know, I don't really want to advance from first base on a line drive, which is probably what I was thinking when I made the chart. So, all right, so that's going to be 2 down with Marcell Ozuna coming to the plate. 746, that's off of Ozuna's card. Ozuna's here. 746 is going to be a walk. Nice job by the Big Bear. Patiently taking the walk. Laid off a couple of good pitches, and he's standing at first base with 2 outs. And Ozzie Albies coming to the plate. This goes off of Eovaldi's card. And 863 is a hit. Let's see what happens with Ozzie. 346. 346 will be a single, so that's a 2-out knock for Ozzie, and that's down the left field line. We could try to stretch it to 2. Ozzie runs at a 2. The left fielder is Verdugo. Verdugo has an arm of 0, so that's actually going to be to the advantage. So Ozzie hustling out of the box with that hit down the line. We're going to try to get him into second base. So when the base runner has the advantage, like we do here, 2-0, we're going to use the outfield arm chart. So he's a 0, one of the lowest columns. So from a 101 to a 210, he's going to be out at second base. Otherwise, he's going to be in there safe. And an 849 means that Ozzie, on the hustle double, winds up at second base. Nice play there as he goes down the line. That was made possible because of the green die being a 1. A 1 is like down the line and left. 2 is straightaway left. 3 is left center. 4 is right center. 5 is straightaway right. And 6 is down the line and right. So when you think about hitting it into the down the lines or into the gaps, so a 1, a 6, or a 3 or 4, you're going to get a chance, usually with a fast runner, to try to advance on the play, right? Because the fielder has to go one way or the other to his right or left. So to me, those are obvious opportunities to be able to go for 2. If it's hit right at one of the corner outfielders, I don't give them that option. So just something, a little wrinkle, and then you can use the runner advancement. So is the runner faster than the outfielder? Then you have to go off the outfield arm chart. If the outfielder has a better arm, then you have to go off of this tag up extra base chart. So in that instance, if the outfielder was a better arm than Ozzy, then Ozzy is in this 2 to 5 range because he's a +2 on his running. So you can see there's quite a few more opportunities to get the runner out. So still to the advantage of the runner, but a little less to the advantage. All right, anyway, we got runners at second, third, and it's Adam Duvall to the plate. A 197 to Adam Duvall is going to be a fly ball. And with 2 outs, this may not mean anything, but we'll see if there's an error on the play. 569. That's a fly ball out to right field as Duvall goes the other way on an outside pitch. The right fielder is Jackie Bradley. He's a +1, and so a 211 is going to be a good catch. And that's going to end the 4th inning as the Braves put pressure on the defense by putting runners at second and third, but ultimately they strand them there in scoring position. Game is still tied at 0 as we head to the top of the 5th. You can see the game moves along pretty well until you start getting runners on base, which is typically, when a baseball game begins to slow down just a little bit. So Kevin Plawecki, the catcher. Next up, Kevin Plawecki. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in his first at bat. 5-11 is not going to be a ground out, but get him on the screen here. That's going to be a line drive. And that liner goes to 251. That's a liner to the left. And the left fielder is Ozuna. He's at a 0, so a 427 is going to be a good catch. As Plawecki lines out to the left. And that's out number 1. Brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. This is off the pitcher card though. So Ian Anderson with a 231 is going to be a fly ball. So Bradley gets under this one. He hits it out to left field. The left fielder is Ozuna, and he's going to make the play again. So for a 0, it's a 1 to 30 or a 981 to 1,000 is an error. So Ozuna in left makes the play. A couple steps to his left, and that brings up Enrique Hernandez. Excuse me. Kike, as his friends call him. And this is a 995. 995. Don't make fun of his name because he's ripping one. And this is 855 for him is going to be a double as he laces one down the left field line. Into the corner, it rattles around a bit. Digging it out is Ozuna, and he gets it in. Hernandez not thinking about 3. I don't know what I'm doing here. Why am I removing this? I want it to be 3 odds, but it's not. Brings up Rafael Devers, not the person I want with a man in scoring position. Devers with a chance to put Boston ahead. This is a 1-1-1. In the future, I'm going to use a 3 of a kind. I just wrote this in into the guidebook, but I'm going to use a 3 of a kind to trigger rare unusual plays if you want to do that. And then I'll have a set of rare or unusual plays for all of these. Some of them will involve some re-rolls, some of them won't. But I thought that might be a really cool little wrinkle, a way to get more plays into the game that are just kind of unusual. Most of these are just sort of typical baseball plays. But if you got a 3 of a kind on the first roll, a 1-1-1 to Devers. Where is he? Oh, he's over here. So a 1-1-1 to him would fall into his ground ball. So that would be like some sort of rare, unusual play for a ground ball. And in this instance, a 1-11 is going to be a grounder that we'll just figure out. 6-10 is a ground ball to shortstop. So that'll be similar to quick pitch baseball if you've played that of mine before. So grounder to short, Bogarts is king of the universe, and 727 is no problem for him. I'm sorry, the shortstop is Dansby Swanson. Same thing though. He is going to make a play. Don't know which play it is, but he fields the ball cleanly. Got a runner at second base. There's a potential for all safe here, so just, we want to play it all out, right? 860 is here, and runner at second base. That's a 6-3 putout. Normally, with less than 2 outs, the runner would hold. But with 2 outs, the runner's going to make the play to first, and that's going to be 3 down. So Boston gets another player into scoring position, but they can't get him home. Seems to be the theme of this game for both teams. And we're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Stamina is 23. He's at not even 18 yet, so both pitchers doing well. He's at 20. Anderson is. How far can you go? He's at 22 stamina, so we're good for another inning or two for Eovaldi, another inning for Anderson. We'll see how the game plays out. This will be off of Eovaldi's card. 784 is going to be a hit. He's got kind of a low hit number at 753. So this is going to be a knock for Orlando Arcia, who's here. 720 will be a double as he goes into the left center field gap. And that one gets all the way to the wall. Arcia in standing up at second base. And the Braves are in business with Travis Demeritte coming to the plate. A 126 from Demeritte is going to be a ground ball. Let's see where this goes. That's a 3 and a 2. 329 is a grounder to second, so this should move the runner. Second baseman is Trevor Story. Story is a 0 on his error rating, so 628 is a good catch. And let's see what happens on the play. This is going to be a ground ball to second base. It's either going to advance the runner or everybody's going to be safe. So 776 is a runner advancement. So the grounder to second base. We go 4-3 on the putout, and that will send the base runner to third on the fielder's choice. Nice job by Demeritte. Demeritte comes back, gets a bunch of high fives from everybody in the dugout for quote unquote doing his job. And that's going to be runner at third with less than 2 outs for Dansby Swanson. 680 for Swanson is going to be a walk. Not the worst thing in the world as you set up a double play. But it is Matty Olson at the plate with 2 on and 1 out. For Olson, this is a 49. 49 is going to be a grounder. Eovaldi a chance to get out of this. 278. That'd be a grounder to second base. So Story is a 0 and 978. That's no guarantee. Oh, it's close. It's close. It's close. Look at that. 981 for the 0. Ooh. So he just makes the play. And that means we're going to have something happen here. So we got runners at first and third. This is the column that we're looking at. I'm sorry. Yeah, first and third. 833. That'd be something a little crazy here. This is a 4-6 double play, so we're looking at the Trevor Story's DP rating, and there's a question mark, so we need to figure that out. It's no gimme when you have to do the double play rolls. There are some gimme double plays on that chart. So Trevor Story is a 0, but his double play rating is a -1. So he's going to be rolling out of this chart here. So anything from 101 to 360 is going to be a double play. Otherwise, it's a fielder's choice, and the run's going to score. A 611. 611 is all the way down here. No double play. You can see if he was a better fielder, that would have been a double play. So no double play. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So they get the lead runner, 4-6. And we will say this guy here is out on a fielder's choice. That's out number 2. Run's going to score from third base. And we'll go 4-6. So on at first base is Matt Olson as he legs that one out and beats the throw. Brings up Travis d'Arnaud. The Braves take a 1-0 lead. And this is a 258. 258 to Eovaldi is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to 153. That's actually going to be a pop-up to second base. So out in shallow right field is Story. 926 to a 0 is going to be a good catch. And that will be the end of the inning. But the Braves strike first blood as they get a run home on the fielder's choice. 1-0 Atlanta as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Ian Anderson still out there. He's got 18, 19, 20 batters. He can go 22 before we have to make any sort of adjustments. The Braves pretty fresh in their bullpen. They use McHugh, Minter, and Jansen, but nobody went more than an inning, so they should be good to go for a second game. This is off of Anderson's card. A 185 is going to be a fly ball. I'm sorry. 185 will be a ground ball. Stop looking at Kenley Jansen. 707, that's a grounder to third base. The third baseman is Riley. He's a -2. A 693 to a -2 is going to be a good play as Riley picks it clean, gets it over to Olson, and that is out number 1. Brings up Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts 2 for 2, single and a double in this one. This goes off the pitcher. That's a 67. So for the first time, they're probably going to retire him. Let's just see. A 514 will be a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop is Dansby Swanson. He's going to make the play, and that is out number 2 as they get Bogaerts for the first time in this game. He's now 2 for 3. Brings up Alex Verdugo. Verdugo 0 for 2 with a strikeout in his last at bat. He's going to make a play here. That is 949, and 949 for Verdugo will be a double, and the double goes out to left center field as he goes the opposite direction. One hopper off the wall, and Verdugo is in there with a double. Brings up Trevor Story. Story, this comes off of Anderson's card, 447. That'll be a line drive. And that goes to center field. The center fielder is Duvall. Duvall is a 0. Duvall's a 0 on his error, 129. He avoids the error, and he comes in and makes the play on that liner for the third out. So again, Boston strands a runner in scoring position. Seems to be the theme of their offensive game. They're down 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Nathan Eovaldi still on the mound. And he'll be facing off against Riley, Ozuna, and Albies. Austin Riley, over. He He has a 598 here. That's going to be a strikeout. So 2 Ks on the day for Austin Riley. That's number 3, 6, number 7 in the game for Pivetta, but the first since the 3rd inning. This goes off of Eovaldi. I'm sorry, not Pivetta, but Eovaldi. 192 is going to be a fly ball. As Ozuna gets under this one, he pops it up to the first baseman. First baseman is Franchy Cordero. Cordero is a -3 on his error, so nothing is a gimme there. 286 is going to be a good catch as Cordero makes the play. I like to put a little P there for a pop-up. And brings up Ozzy Albies. Albies with a double in his last at-bat. Remember, he had a hustle double as he poked one down the left field line. A 617 to Albies is going to be a strikeout, though. So his 2nd K of the day. And that's going to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Nathan Eovaldi, who is putting together a strong start. He's only given up the 1 run on the fielder's choice back in the 5th inning. We go to the 7th inning, and Ian Anderson is at his limit. He's got the bottom of the order. Let's go ahead and try to push it. Everything in this inning is going to come off of the batter card, so let's just move Mr. Anderson out of the way. So everything comes off the batter card. When he's past his stamina limit, then that's the advantage that I give to the offense. So it's going to be Franchy Cordero standing in. So this will be a 195 off of his card. That'll be a fly ball. And Cordero lifts one out to left field. The left fielder is Ozuna. He's a 0. So we have a 796, and that's going to be a good play for Marcel as he squeezes it for out number 1. He's typically a defensive liability out there. I don't know what his actual defense rating is, but 0 is fine. It gives him about a what was that, about a 5 or 6% chance. So it puts him down at a 940 or so fielding rating. Seems about right. So that's going to be Kevin Plawecki. Plawecki, well, this comes, we ignore that. So it's going to be a 321. 321 is another fly ball. 929, this one goes to the shortstop. Shortstop is Dansby Swanson. A 312 is a good catch. Out in short left field, he calls off Ozuna, and that's going to be P6 on the putout. So that's going to be out number 2. Brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. Where is he? Sorry about that. Jackie Bradley Jr. This is a 729, and I still got it wrong, even after all that. Jackie Bradley, just terribly wrong. 729. 729 is going to be a strikeout. So Bradley down for the 2nd time in this game. 3 up, 3 down for Ian Anderson as he's into his tired mode. And once I do that, he's going to have to come out of the game. So we're going to have a new pitcher in the 8th for the Braves. So I'm okay giving him one inning past his stamina because I figure that's just an average. I give a little advantage to the defense, but once I do that, I usually take him out of the game. Seems like a more realistic approach to handling the stamina. Okay, bottom of the 7th inning. Nathan Eovaldi still in the game. That's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So he'll start the inning above his stamina. And again, all of the advantage is going to be to the Braves. We'll see if he can get through this bottom of the order. It's going to be Adam Duvall, Orlando Arcia, and Travis Demeritte. So a 505 to Duvall is going to be a strikeout. Duvall loves to strike out, but he also loves to hit mad bombs. Orlando Arcia. Arcia with a double and a run scored in his last at-bat. He kicked off that inning with the single run. This is going to be a 191. That'll be a grounder. The ground ball goes to 651, which is grounder to short. Xander Bogaerts, no problem on the play. And that will be out number 1. Or 2, I'm sorry. 2 down now. Travis Demeritte to the plate. And 850, that's going to be a 2-out single for Travis Demeritte as he laces one to down the right field line. Demeritte runs at a -1. The right fielder is Jackie Bradley. He's got a good arm, I think. Yeah, he's got a +1 arm. So we're not going to test that here. Don't really need that run with the top of the order coming up. So it's going to be Dansby Swanson as Demeritte holds at first. A 509 to Swanson will be a strikeout. And just like that, Eovaldi, the strikeout machine in this one. Really good start for him. The Braves strand a runner at third base, or at first base. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. Need to get a new pitcher for the Braves. Braves are up 1-0, trying to hold on to this lead. And we are going to send in, we have Hernandez. So Devers is a lefty. We would normally go with AJ Minter in this case. So let's just go ahead and do that. He's going to have the advantage against Rafael Devers, which might be really good. Hopefully everybody can see. Can see Minter over here. He's right here. All right, so let's get AJ into the game. He'll be here. And really nice start for Mr. Anderson. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 hits. No runs. One walk. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks. Very nice start for Anderson. He faced 27 batters and didn't throw any wild pitches. All right, so AJ Minter into the ball game. He'll be facing the top of the order, Kike Hernandez, Devers, and Martinez. This goes off the batter card, 438. For Kike is going to be a line drive. That goes to 95. A line drive to 95 is going to be a liner to left. And 861 for Ozuna is going to be good as he comes rumbling in. And he makes the play for out number 1. 1 down with Rafael Devers at the plate now. AJ Minter has a versus left-handed advantage. You'll notice that JD Martinez coming up also has a left-handed advantage, and so does Bogaerts. So could be a rough situation for Minter, but right now he gets the tough Devers. That means everything comes off of his card. So this is going to be a 259, and that'll be a fly ball. A 279, that'll be a fly ball to left field. 845, the big bear out there makes the play again. So he's getting a lot of action in left. And that's going to be 2 down now. But like I said, JD Martinez has the advantage here against the left-handed pitcher. So that's going to come off of JD's card. 485 is going to be a strikeout. So it would have been a strikeout either way. You can see that it is sometimes the advantage, sometimes not. But it's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning for AJ Minter, who had a really small ERA last year, sub 3, and just pitched really well. Eovaldi is out of the game. We got to get a new pitcher in here. Let's see. I don't know. I don't really know who's who. Just trying to look at their numbers. Let's go with John Schreiber. I don't know much about him, but he looks like he can pitch. As a ground ball pitcher. Obviously Strom, also a pretty good pitcher. So Eovaldi goes 7 innings as well. He gives up 1, 2, 3, only 4 hits, 1 run, and that 1 run was earned. He had 1, 2 walks and 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Ks. Wow. Just a nice game. All right, nobody hit by a pitch, and he faced 28 batters. And no wild pitches. So into the game comes John Schreiber. And Schreiber is a right-handed pitcher. He'll face off against Olson, d'Arnaud, and Riley. So this is a 748 to Matty Olson. 748 is going to be a walk. Olson's first walk of the day. Runner at first base and nobody out for Travis d'Arnaud. This will be off d'Arnaud's card. 658 to him will be a strikeout. d'Arnaud struck out twice in this game. And that's out number 1. Brings up Austin Riley, the third baseman. This goes off of Schreiber's card. This will be a 37. That's a grounder. We'll see what happens here. The ground ball goes to 691, which is to the shortstop. Bogarts is going to make the play. And let's see what happens here to our shortstop. So 321 with a runner at first base. So 321, 6-4 double play chance, and we go off of Bogart's double play rating. His double play rating is a 1. Excellent range, excellent fielding, excellent double play. So we're looking at the double play chart here, and he's a 1 to 3. So anything from 361 to 710 is going to be double play. It is a 231. 231 falls here, and that's actually outside. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. Got a pretty good chance there to roll it up, but legging it out is Austin Riley, and he's going to be in there for a 6-4 fielder's choice. Matty Olson out at second. That'll be out number 2, but the Braves still have 1 on with 2 outs, and Marcell Ozuna. If he can punch a double, that'd be another run. 793 to Marcell. 793 is going to be a single, so no double. But that will put the runner at third base. Not going to think about pushing Ozuna. He runs at a -1. But runners at the corners for Ozzy Albies. Dangerous situation here for Schreiber. This will come off of Ozzy's card. That's a 63. That'll be a grounder. So 1 to 200 is a ground ball. That grounder is going to go to second base. Trevor Story is a 0, so a 204 is going to be a good play. And let's see if he can make a play on the bases. So first and third. This could be tough. An 18, first and third for the second baseman. That falls here. So a 4 to 3 put out. If there was less than 2 outs, the run would have scored, and the runner would have advanced. So a little tapper out to second base, and Story makes the quick play to first base, and we go 4-3 on the putout. That's the 3rd out of the inning. The Braves strand 2 in the 8th. We'll see if that comes back to bite them. And we are going to head to the 9th inning, and you know who's coming in, the big man, Kenley Jansen. coming in for the save. When it's Jansen time, it's time to bite your nails off. All right, so Kenley. He typically got the job done, but boy, it was sometimes a little bit scary. So 1 inning for Minter. And he went 1, 2, 3 on everything. No walks, 1K. No hit by pitch. He faced 3. And we head to the 9th inning. Braves holding on to a 1-0 lead, but Bogarts, Verdugo, and Story can all change the game pretty quickly. So let's see what happens here. Kenley Jansen into the game. Big right-hander, former Dodger, longtime Dodger, and last year pitched for the Braves. A 407 is coming off the batter. That's Xander Bogarts. 407 is going to be a line drive to 273. That's going to be a liner to left. Everybody's testing Ozuna in this one. Ozuna with a 0. 925 to a 0 is just inside of his range, and he makes the play out in left. Rumbling and bumbling and stumbling over himself, he still makes the play. And 1 out for Boston. 2 outs to go for the win for the Braves, and this is not going to be good. 958. That's going to be a hit off of Kenley Jansen, and Alex Verdugo is up. He's here. So we want to stay out of this 933 range. So 478, that's going to be a base hit. And that's a base hit straightaway right field. Demerit out there, he makes the play. And that's going to bring up Trevor Story. We don't want the story to be about Trevor Story. What we need is a double play, Jansen. This is a 10. A 10 is going to be a ground ball, so maybe a chance here. Ground ball goes to 815. That'll be a grounder to third base. That's Austin Riley at third. He's a -2. Let's see if he picks it. 938. Oh, he makes the play. And just so you know, I'm not cheating. 938 is here, and that's the green. And let's see what happens on the play. So to the third baseman, we got a runner at first. So we're looking in this column. A 059 is here, and it says a 5-3 with the runner advancing. So a little tapper down the third base line. The only play is to first. Austin Riley makes a strong throw and gets Trevor Story at first, but that is going to push the runner into scoring position. So Boston with a chance here. Franchy Cordero to the plate. I don't know if they have a better hitter. Cordero is an 806. Maybe Christian Arroyo. Could come off the bench. He's got a 723 or 732. So that's quite a bit better. 731 for Ref Snyder. So let's bring in Christian Arroyo. That's an opportunity. All they need is a base hit to score. Don't know if they do that. I don't know who I'm going to put at first base, but maybe Bobby Dahlbeck could come in. So pinch hitter in the 9th is Christian Arroyo. Arroyo is a right-handed bat against Kenley Jansen. And we're just playing the percentages here. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, I'm looking at, I only need a single. So the lower the number here, the better chance he's got to get a hit. So 732 as opposed to an 806, that's fully a 7% better chance of getting a hit. So we'll work those percentages. That's how you do it in baseball. So Christian Arroyo stands in, right-handed bat against Kenley Jansen. Jansen gets the he gets the advantage here. 749. 749 is going to be a walk. So runners at first and second now, and Kevin Plawecki Plawecki, not a great hitter. So let's go ahead and bring in... all we need is a base hit, right? So let's bring in Christian Vasquez, and then he can play if he gets a base hit. I know that he's on the team at this point because he played in game 1. So pinch hitter in the 9th. Boston making some moves here. Alex Cora trying to win a game. And let's see what happens. Come on, Kinley. You got to get this guy out. Christian Vasquez. Low numbers, low numbers. It's a 222. Oh, man, that would have been a rare play, too. That would have been crazy with this game. So, a ground ball. And let's see what happens on this grounder. An 891. 891 would be a grounder to third base. Not a gimme with Austin Riley. 269. 269 is going to be a good play. So he makes the play. Got our third baseman here with runners at first and second. Let's see what goes on. We got 2 down. In the 9th inning, trying to hold on to this one. It's a 403. 403 is here, and that's going to be a 5-4 put out as Austin Riley goes the short way to Ozzie Albies, and they get Christian Vasquez for the 3rd out. And just like that, the game is over. A little 9th inning drama as the Braves hold on to this one 1-0. What a game. So 4-3 in the first game and 1-0 in this one. Terrific pitching matchup between Eovaldi and Anderson. So Jansen comes in for the 1 inning save. He gives up 1 hit and no runs. 1 walk. No strikeouts for Jansen in this one. And he faces 5. But he gets the save. Ian Anderson gets the win. Mentor gets the hold. And Nathan Eovaldi takes a very tough luck loss as Schreiber comes in for 1. He gives up 1 hit. 1 walk. 1 K. And faced 5 himself. So, and he gets a whole lot of nothing there. So that's a good. There's a couple of good games between the Braves and the Boston Red Sox. Tight ones, good pitching matchups. As Eovaldi takes the tough luck loss, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 10 Ks in 7 innings, and he still gets saddled with the loss as the Boston offense couldn't figure out Ian Anderson. 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So I wish we'd have had a few more of those kinds of starts from Ian Anderson. But he returns home to the great Northeast. He is from New York, I believe. And so he returns home to his home region. And he picks up the win. 6 hits, no runs on 6 hits. And were there any errors? There was 1 error on Rafael Devers. So no runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Red Sox. It's 1 run on 5 hits, and 0 errors for the Braves. Although there were a couple of close calls with the big bear out there and left. So this is Precision Baseball. You can see that it's a little bit more detailed than most of my baseball games that I've done. You just need 3 D10s, a D6, and that gets you most places that you need to go. All the charts are here with the ground balls for each of the infielders. We have the player finder chart. We have all the base running charts and fielding. Well, these are fielding charts on this side, base running charts on this side. And then we have all of our sort of tag ups, what happens when players are on base and there's a fly ball or a line drive. We have line drives for the outfield and for the infield. So there's a chance for doubling up a player on the infield. And If there's something that you think is missing in the game, or maybe some things are happening too much or too little, let me know in the comments and see if I need to make some adjustments to make things a little bit more realistic. But it plays fine to me. I like the game a lot. It's one of the only games that I've made that I feel like I could play quite a bit over and over, because I feel like I'm making a lot of decisions along the way, and some interesting things are happening in the game. And it's got a little bit of depth to it, but it's not crazy difficult with the math or anything. But there's just enough in there, to kind of tinker and play a little bit. So that is Precision Baseball. That I'll keep working on it. I have some more in-depth fielding to be able to put it into the game. So you see here, there's some hard hit and barrels. That's going to be sort of determinators for home runs. Also for whether a ball gets through, when it's hit to the left or to the right of a fielder. We're going to be using more of the directional dice. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the field of play. So 1 and 6 down the line, 3 and 4 in the gaps, left center, right center, and then 2 and 5 will be right at the left and right fielders. So we're going to be using that a little bit more, and a little bit more intuitively. Intuitive is not the right word. Free form, I guess, where you're not kind of like quick on base advanced, where the play is not, it sort of unfolds in front of you based on what you're rolling. So it's not sort of a predetermined, if it's here, then it's going here, or that type of thing. We won't be using the player finder. It'll be based off of where the ball was hit, trajectory, bat speed or velocity off the bat. So there's going to be some interesting things that I think we can play with there, with sabermetric stats and some of the more advanced stats that are coming out. So it should be really cool, but it's going to be a little time consuming maybe. And I don't know if anybody's going to want to play it at that level, but if you play it at this level, which would be okay, I'm going to have kind of different levels that you can play the game at, whether you want it super detailed or detailed like this, then you can do that too. And feel free, the engine is pretty open. The numbers are all out there for you, and you'd be able to homebrew some things if you wanted to, write on the cards, do some different stuff. We have sort of some basic numbers here, and I thought about kind of a basic game as well. And so maybe having a three level game. So kind of a basic level, and then this level is using a little bit more advanced values, and then the final level would be quite a bit more advanced in terms of the fielding, at least. So we'll see how that works. And the game is moving along. This is a long-term project, so don't expect anything, before next baseball season. But I'll keep working on it throughout the winter and see if I can get it to a really good place. And I've got the entire 2022 season rated. I guess if we get to next season, I would just rate 2023, and then that would be that'd be maybe the first season, or I'd release both of these. So we just got to get out the there's some inconsistencies in the cards and some things like that. So you see sometimes the versus left-hander is there, sometimes it's over here, and that's just me moving things around and not moving it for everybody because the cards aren't finished. So if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, leave them in the comment section below. Are you excited about it? Are you not? Is it something that you're interested in or not? I know this is not going to reach every single person who plays baseball games. Some people want something faster. Some people want something a little bit less detailed. And I get that. That's why I've got games like that as well. Because I think that your gamer preferences are your preferences, and that's okay. You want details? I'm happy to create something that will go a little bit more in detail. And I keep searching for the perfect game. So I'm just going to keep making them and putting them out until I find the perfect game. So that's sort of my driving impetus. Not necessarily what everybody's asking for, but just how can I translate perfectly? And that's really what I'm looking for. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe, and you'll get more videos. If you click the little bell icon, you'll get notified of new videos when I post them, which I usually post, 1, 2, 3 a week, something like that. And especially when I'm working on something like this. A new season of No Huddle Football is out, 1978. And so if you want that, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. clarkandaddisongaming.com. It's right there at the top on the homepage. Just follow that link and you can purchase that season. $17, you get everything that you need. You don't have to buy separate game parts or anything like that. You get all the teams. So 28 teams that you can play with and replay seasons or do different matchups within that season. I also have the 2022 NFL season, so you could get both of those, mix and match. I'll be trying to put out as many of those no huddle seasons as I can. They don't take a super long time, maybe a day or two. So that's been super helpful because I haven't been extremely motivated on the football. It's just a lot of details and it's a lot of things happening all at the same time. And I'm honestly just happy to have finished a game that can be published because I've been working on football for like 2 years. So it's been a little bit of a journey trying to figure out, how detailed, or, sometimes it would just get so bogged down because you want to translate all the different parts, but there's 22 guys on the field at any moment and they all affect the play. So it's a little bit different than baseball where you have more of a one-on-one matchup, or you can just sort of break it down into the ball goes to this guy and this guy gets checked. And, it's more of a one-on-one or a one-on-zero kind of sport when you're doing baseball, which makes it infinitely easier to make a card baseball game than it does a football game where everybody has a say in the play. And, what happens at the line of scrimmage affects the quarterback, which affects the receivers. And what happens with the safety affects all the receivers and the running backs. And it's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's really hard to translate. So it's easy to do super high level where you just roll and get a score, or you go way deep into the weeds where you start doing, one-on-one matchups and you're trying to figure out, did this guy beat that guy? And I don't think I can make a game like that. I'm not sure that I'm skilled enough to do that kind of stuff or patient enough. So I tried to do something in the middle that played pretty quickly. You can play the game. The fastest I've heard people play is about an hour to an hour and a half. So there are people who are doing that, but it's usually not keeping all the stats. If you want to keep all the stats, you're probably going to log an hour and a half to 2 hours total. And I like to break mine up into sort of first half, second half, because that's just the way my schedule goes. But if you had time to play a couple of hours, you could get a whole game in. So that's how that works. And I got lots of other games. So if you go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, that's where you're going to find up-tempo basketball, on-base baseball. So I got 1940 to 2009 is available with on-base baseball. And got all the quick play seasons. So that's the entire history of baseball. You buy them in eras. So you get 15 to 20 seasons per era. So you get a lot of value for that price. And all of my games always come with all the parts that you need. You don't have to purchase anything else when you get the download, even for one season. You get the entire season, plus you get all of the game components that you need to play. So go there, check it out, bookmark it. There will always be new things happening. If you want to join the Facebook group, I'll put a link in the description, and it's a private group. Join the Clark and Addison Gaming group, and I'll be posting some exclusive content there that doesn't get shared to any other Facebook groups. But also you'll be the first ones to know the announcements of new things happening, and just different things like when I'm working on these. Maybe I'll be asking questions and you'll have a little bit input into the way the games are, or you can share what you're playing, share your replays with any of the games that I have. All right, so the Braves take this one 1-0 over Boston. They sweep the series 2-0. I'm not sure exactly what happened in real life, but they lost game 1. I know that. So this was a little 2-game set that they had on an East Coast swing back in 2022. The next game up, I don't know who it'll be. It'll be a random game, random series from sometime, just with teams that I want to play. But it'll be against my Bravos, so we'll see how that goes in games in the future. Maybe I'll play the Dodgers. Excuse me, that'd be a good one. A good test to see two of the top teams in the league playing against each other. Not that Boston is bad, not that Arizona is necessarily bad, but they weren't great last year. So the Braves have played a couple of teams that are okay, but not the Dodgers. Right? So we'll play the Dodgers. We'll get Freddie Freeman out there, Mookie Betts, and let's see how this one goes. All right, that's it from here. I appreciate your support, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.